Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Dice Age. I am your host, Justin Hayward. With me today are the three players of Ken, Clara, and Ashleigh. We're going to be playing episode 19 of the podcast, I believe, as we will continue the Dice Age adventure in Season 2. As always, we're going to start the episode off with a quick recap, discussing the various points that we went over, and then we are going to be diving into this week's episode. On that note, get ready for a little bit of a back brief of what happened last time. Last time on Dice Age, the party members had managed to survive the attack that suddenly occurred on the outer edge of the first island, where you guys were suddenly bombarded with giant ice structures that encased these water elementals through a trebuchet commanded by a bunch of little penguins. Upon slaying said water elementals, you guys managed to make your way to the other island, where you were face to face with a large army of penguins before immediately rushing back towards civilization. And that is where,
by choice, by necessity, I guess.
Absolutely. And that is where we're going to start tonight's episode of Dice Age.
I think we're on episode 20.
We are on episode 20.
Okay.
I was like, it's 18, 19. I was like, it's not 19, it's 20.
I guess where mine said 19, and then she's got 20 on hers too.
I will restate that part. Hey, chill out.
Can we not be a menace?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 20 of the Dice Age campaign. As I said in the intro credits, was a misspeak. This is episode 20, as 19 was the previous episode, confirmed by my cast members. So thank you, cast members,
You're welcome.
for keeping me honest. All right.
Psych.
Listen, you do enough of these editing, and you're doing like multiple podcasts. You forget what episode you're on sometimes. It happens.
Excuses.
I'll keep writing them down, don't worry.
I appreciate that. That will be very helpful. I will look to you in times of trouble.
I say normally I don't. That was just like the one time.
So, you're rushing back towards the outer gate. You sort of bunny hopped your way across.
Sure did.
So as you run back, you are face to face with your allies who are on the ground, who have just finished slaying this water elemental as a gush of water suddenly drops into the frozen lake in front of them.
New crap. Lands. Really cool. But a tiny bit panic. There's something on the other side. I don't know what it is, though.
Well, did you kill it?
Some of them.
Well, then it's not really concerned then if it left.
There are many more.
Well, let them come. We did it once, we could do it again.
I don't know what it is, though. There's lots of them.
Well, people here at the wall. Well, first of all, who needs healing before we get ahead of ourselves?
Me, for sure.
Well, that I can at least fix while we decide what the hell's going on.
And as you guys decide what is, in fact, the hell going on, each of you guys will be receiving, so it is 1,800 XP times 2
Yeah.
for slaying those elementals.
Did I transform back?
You sure did.
Hopefully.
Yeah, because I got, okay.
Manage XP.
And
XP. You said a total of 1,800 times 2?
yes,
3,200. 3,600.
yes, something like that.
Something.
Math, it's not my strong
Why
suit.
change? We're halfway there.
In fact, 3,600 would be the number.
Yeah. Math.
It is in fact a skill that I don't possess. But regardless, so as you guys are discussing and sort of breathing and healing from this endeavor, you notice that you don't see any penguin forces moving forward, but rather you just hear them through the forest on the other island.
I'm like, got my eyes locked across, waiting. See if they're going to throw anything else at us.
And as you continue to do that, I need you to do an investigation roll.
Oh, no. What about anything else? Oh,
Unfortunately, you are dead set keeping your eyes towards the
You're
horizon.
very correct.
So do we take like a short rest, or is it
This would be considered a short rest.
Let me place up my skills.
That.
what I
Oh
needed?
boy, that's a whole entire -1. Oh, I got 15 though. With the -1. I rolled a 16 naturally.
So,
Go eyeballs.
perceiving the forest, you don't see any glimmer of what you imagine to be small figures moving forward. You just feel their presence on the other side, and you hear the war drums beating in the distance.
Sus. So, I think we've at the end of last session yelled that like there's more coming.
Correct.
Are people like going into like a fallout shelter kind of deal, or what's going on the other side of the wall?
So as you guys sort of make your way through the gate and actually get back through to the other side, you are face to face with Garfield the Red, the Tiefling Ranger, as well as Sylvia, the rogue who you guys had previously met, who was on the other side. She seemed to have followed up behind you guys, as well as Charlie the Small, who is now in fact, a small child once again. The three of them are sort of discussing with the various members on this side about actions to undertake. And the first thing they say is, we need to let leadership know of what's happened here. If we do not, we will not be able to survive another wave if attacks come from that direction. And I feel as though someone must go and inform them so we can bring in additional sources to defend that region. What did you see up ahead? Did you see anything of importance?
Can I jump down from the wall, or do I have to take stairs?
You're like, so you went through like the main gate, and they're
Oh,
like,
okay, cool. I'm back down.
so you're like on the ground with everyone else walking
Okay,
through the gate.
cool. She'll pad on over. So on the other side, there were a bunch of penguins, which are now dead. A trebuchet, which is now exploded, and now there's a bunch more. But I can't really see them. They're just menacingly in the distance.
How many would you say that you would have seen
Dead or alive?
alive?
Many.
Indeed. They kind of like,
Ran out of fingers.
well, if it's more than your fingers can count, that
It's way more than my fingers.
then that might be a problem. As our new adventurers, what do you recommend in this sort of course? Would you want to stay here and fight and send someone else back, or would you prefer going back and reconvening with the officers to determine what to do next?
Can we like use Soul as like a carrier pigeon type situation?
So it would remember that the distance between this is the entire island. Mm-hmm. So Soul would not get there within like a faster time frame than the train would.
No, okay.
Just put them on the train.
That's
Pick
essentially,
up an entire seat, buy one ticket.
and then just have a message in it like bad guys on the horizon.
Send help.
So what do you guys want to do?
Well, I'd rather fight, but I don't know. We definitely need more people.
Could send Charlie. We put him on the train since he's itty bitty anyway.
It's up to you guys. Your allies are looking towards you to basically make a decision.
Well, first and foremost, I bring up what I said earlier. Who needs healing?
You look at Charlie's sort of soiled clothing, and you notice that while it is soiled and a little burned and sort of damaged, he looks completely fine.
So he doesn't. So the rest of you then, if we're taking a short rest, are we doing the 5e rules of rolling hit die?
Correct.
To heal? Okay, cool. So I'll do that first. And then we'll see who else needs healing. And then from there, I can make a more educated decision. So I'm going to roll these real quick. I'll get back to you.
Do you know the 5e rules for healing, Clara?
Yeah.
Okay.
Depends on how many hit dice I want to use.
So you get a number of hit dice equal to your level, and you can use that hit dice on a short rest to heal.
Oh, fun.
And then you can use that per long rest. So that's kind of like the importance of short rests. So you can kind of get back a couple hit points without having to completely, take a long rest and waste a whole day.
Does it just do it?
It's 1d6 per level.
Whatever your health die be.
Yeah.
Mine says 1d8 plus 1.
So it'd be 1d8 plus 1 times your level, which is 5. You can use that much per long rest. So yeah, you notice that some of the like general soldiers and stuff seem to be kind of messed up, but they've already been taken off to the med bay and they're being like fixed up by the lead healer here, essentially.
Yuck, I can't find it on my sheet. I need to learn D&D Beyond better. Where did you find your hit dice?
On the little fireplace looking.
Little fireplace.
Oh, are you on like the website?
I'm on...
Or is that the app?
That's the app.
I went on the website.com.
Oh, then that might be it. Yeah, in the app it doesn't.
I don't have the app.
Uh-oh.
Whoopsies, I'll do that later.
Okay.
And I can roll it organically too. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, so your hit dice, I think, as a barbarian is like 1d...
I think it's a D12.
I think it's a d12 as well. Yeah, it's a d12. So you just roll d12s.
Plus 3. I'll roll 1 for now and see what I get. No, I'll do 2. Well, I'm glad I picked 2, so that's 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 10, so yes, 14.
And everyone else is still looking good after this? Or you still need more?
I'm good for now.
You feeling good? Healthy enough to keep fighting? Everyone else?
You seem like the people who can fight are ready, and the ones who can't were taken off to the med bay.
Well, because there's a shortage of clerics here, everyone seems healthy enough, and I still have most of what I can do. We're better spent here, I'd say. And we can smack a messenger who at least can get the message to them quicker. If we leave, these people die. If we don't, well, we die with them. So at least we die nobly.
So,
I'm good with staying if we want to send some people back.
who would you like to send back?
Probably Charlie.
That's
Charlie and maybe Garfield.
So you have Garfield, Sylvia, Charlie as your main forces from your guys' team. You also have like random soldiers and mercenaries.
I mean, as long as the train's not attacked, we can just send Charlie by himself. Because otherwise, if he dies, he just forgets. So you'll still end up there, and if they see him, they'll be like, what's he doing here? And get the message. So it's a win-win.
So just remember too, they have to travel all the way back to the other side to where the train is.
Still sounds fine to me. Howdy.
Hi, baby.
Hello, Salem. This is Salem the cat. She is a member of this podcast because she lives here, and she won't be quiet if we don't let her out. So
Always good to have the familiar close.
Do you have that map over there I can take a peekarino at?
this is your guys' copy of the map.
Thank you for the map.
Salem's
Okay.
still naked, by the way.
I know.
Over
I was trying to put it on her, but she saw it and she's a nut right now.
Alrighty, so we arrived here by train.
Yeah, I can't really.
Oh.
Are we on the first island or the second
You
island?
guys are on the first island still.
Okay.
Yeah, the second island's over that way. Oh, hello. But we arrived here by the.
Yes, and then you moved all the way up to the little tents at the very top.
Okay, yeah. So he still has to get way back down there.
Correct.
Send some soldiers. Blah, 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 blah. What did you say, mercenaries or soldiers?
Mercenaries. They're mostly there to act as protection on the wall. That's like their primary role, so they might be less inclined to go.
Oh.
But
Making a friend.
she is a good cat. I told you, she's the sweet one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
In character, Lilliemore would definitely want to stay, but if it is too much trouble, she'll eventually relent if we wanted to go instead, just to make sure.
I agree with staying.
Oh, unless they're afraid something's going to happen on the way down there, just send one or two folks down there with Charlie. Good to go.
We can send our 3 NPCs together, probably.
Yeah.
We'll have more backup here.
Tail whips every
So
day.
you can see why they're deadly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
They're super
I'm
effective.
down for plan messenger NPCs.
Okay.
I mean, they were here. They saw everything. We can even write a little. Well, not me probably, but someone else can write a letter.
Okay.
I don't know if I can write.
So Garfield goes, yeah, if you want me and Sylvia and Charlie to head over that way, I'll take that blunt for you, and I will. I'll make sure that I keep them safe on the road.
I
So,
believe in you.
what exactly did you see over there? Is there any? Can you give me an exact account?
She'll go through again and be like, there were initially a 6 to 8-ish penguins. She kind of was in a rage and didn't really count in that moment exactly. One with an eye patch who escaped like a coward. And then the trebuchet thing that they had that launched the ice that had secret water elemental surprise inside. And it exploded afterwards. They had a self-destruct sequence. Unsure if all of them do, but then there were many more after that. We don't know anything about where this tree guy is supposed to be, who's apparently cool. But if he's letting this happen, maybe he's not cool anymore.
Yeah. Sure. So he takes all of that information and he begins to head back down towards, basically the sled dogs. And they take the sled dog team and they travel back down towards the train to hopefully relay the information back to essentially your headquarters. In the meantime, the war drums in the distance are still playing, but nothing seems to be stirring from that. What would you 3 like to do?
Well, first, last distraction promise. Do you have any hand sanitizer?
There's some in the bathroom.
Okay, because after I pet a cat,
Yes,
that's what so please keep talking. I'll be back in just a second. Just to be safe.
That's why when I saw you petting her, I was like, Ken, don't do that to yourself.
She's being real sweet.
So I have this thing called silent image, just since we're on a second. Can I make that be anything?
What does it say?
Create an image of an object, creature, or some other visible phenomenon that is no larger than a 15-foot cube.
So as long as it meets the parameters of the spell's indications, you're allowed to do anything within that. That's what creativity's for.
How big was the Wendigo?
It was 12 feet.
Big guy.
Good to know.
Have him up there power posing on the wall.
Exactly.
Intimidation tactics.
Or on the edge so that they don't cross.
Okay.
To distract them for a second.
Because if we keep it on our side, then they can't touch it and inspect if it's real or not. Because if you put it over there, they can just be and then realize it's not real.
I'm trying to think.
So as you guys are sort of discussing and figuring things out, you do notice that some of the mercenaries have started to sort of take charge in the overall defensive measures. You see them, they start setting up essentially siege weapons of their own here on the outer gate. Mm-hmm. So they actually have a giant sort of bow ballista that they have set up. And then they also have, they're basically melting down metal. They're creating iron balls that they're going to then try to launch over.
Okay. Do they need help lifting anything?
I'm sure if you ask a couple mercenaries, they'd be happy for the extra hands.
Yeah, I'm going to go help. A big, strong bun.
So as you walk up to, we'll say, so the mercenary guard, who's basically taking charge, you see that he is in fact a elvish man. Mm-hmm. He has a eye patch sort of slashed through his eye, but also long across his face. His name is Debin.
Devin.
No, Debin.
Debin.
Yes.
Debin?
Yes.
2 B's.
2 B's.
Ooh, 2 B's.
Yep. Debin.
Debin.
Wait, D-A?
D-E-B-B-I-N. Debin.
Deb. We'll be friends.
So he's sort of going, all right, so what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and just melt that metal down and then he looks at you and goes, can I help you, little one?
And do you need any help with moving things or lifting things or breaking things?
I do, actually. He points at a bunch of like pieces of wood. I need you to help reinforcing that door to make sure that they're not going to be able to break through it.
I could probably do that.
And as you sort of do, you do notice that while you guys travel with Lyra, and there's 3 of these dwarvish sort of engineers, one of them's already here, and it's Farce. He is this sort of long beard dwarf, very short, very quiet. He's the quietest of the 3. And he's sort of like sitting there, like explaining, like by pointing. No words at all, just like basically like pick up, move that. And then he just starts like using these magical nails and he starts just pounding it into the metal doors to actually reinforce them. Yeah, if you want to help that guy.
What do you want me to do? You want me to roll or can I just help?
I'll have you roll an athletics roll to see if you can pick up some wood.
Athletics is a +7. Oh no, I got a 1, so that's a total of 8.
As you
Crit fails or for skills.
as you go to pick up the wood, it feels a lot heavier, especially after the exhaustion of the battle you just undertook.
Slander.
You feel a little more tired than you probably would normally feel.
Yuck.
So you said you are a medic of some sorts, yes?
That I am.
The medbay might be able to use some of your assistance in healing.
Absolutely. Question for you first, though. How many cooking pots do we have up here?
That would be a good question to ask the cook.
I'll go ask him first. I've got a few ideas here that he might be able to help with.
Have at it. Yeah. Any help. And so he sort of sends you off. So most of the cooks who are here are all going to be halflings. So the halfling that you guys normally see, who's up in the camp, this one is a sort of large, like red-haired girl named Rosie. Yes, it is that Rosie.
Good.
And her husband Sam is far off on an adventure right now. So
Makes sense. Going there and back again.
Yeah.
I respect it.
absolutely. So he's a busy guy, saving the Middle Earth or whatever. Anyways, but
that is
yeah, whatever that is. Anyways, so
east or something.
yeah, it's probably east or west somewhere. You're in the plane of water, so definitely south. But she goes, "Oh, hey there. How may I assist you? Are you hungry? Do you need foods?"
Hungry for defense, looking to cook up some trouble. How much extra cooking pans do you have I can borrow? More cauldrons or something to cook, pots and pans, that thing.
She looks around, and we will have you do a roll. So, high or low?
Hi.
Ooh, all right. You see several cauldron-style pots, and then you see a couple of regular cast irons. So you see 3 cauldrons, and then you see 2 cast irons.
I think if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to borrow 3 of those cauldrons, nothing more. And if you have any cooking oils or any kind of lard or fat I could use.
Well, I did butcher a pig earlier, and she pulls out the pig, and it's basically here's a whole bunch of pig fat that you could use. I was gonna make breakfast in the morning, but I'm sure if you have a better use for it.
The only thing will be smelling is cooking penguin, so I appreciate it. I'll get to work.
And as you begin, I need you to do a history roll to see how well you've created this concoction before.
Well, don't worry. All I need to do is I'm looking to make murder holes. So I'm just looking to melt it and pour these on people's boiling pitch.
Indeed. So just do a history.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to the siege experts. I'll bring this to them. I don't need to make the roll if they know how to do it.
You got it.
So I'm going to bring this with my boiling pitch, and I've got another pitch for them after.
Okay, yeah. So as you bring the supplies to the mercenaries, they look at what you have in your hand and they go, "Oh, I see what you got cooking here.
See, this man gets me. I figure easy enough. Boiling pitch afterwards, so we can connect these boiling cauldrons to chains and whip them around the sides to knock things off the walls.
Indeed. Can you also go find us? We're looking to make some tar, if you get what I'm saying.
This I can do.
So if you could find us some supplies for that. Moving back towards your character, I understand you have an affinity for animals. How well do you know to be able to talk to these little penguins? Can you convince them to not attack or be friendly in any way? Or
If I remember correctly, the grunts are not very intelligent. They're not really the ones that are.
they're too dumb for conversation.
Yeah. So I'm telling him that.
Yeah, they just go meep.
They don't say that's about what it is in their language too.
Interesting.
And then the head honchos are they're not going to be convinced, I don't think.
Okay, well, we need these sled dogs put away so that way they don't take any damages. Can you mind helping us in that direction by putting all the dogs away?
Oh, yeah.
So heading off towards the stables, you essentially put all the animals away. I need you to do an animal handling check to see if you can wrangle them all in.
Oh, I think that's like a 23. Where's my thingy?
So as
23.
She's doing that, so you're currently holding up this wooden plank, and your arms are shaking slightly, which is weird for you. And
Yeah, this is embarrassing.
So Darce, so Forrest basically he's grabs the wood and holds it steady as he pushes the pike in. And he starts pounding into it, and he just looks at you and goes, "Mm." And then he looks at you and goes, "Mm."
Thanks.
And then he points at some more wood, and you easily pick up these ones.
Good.
You feel like your confidence is restored.
Good. I just needed validation.
Absolutely, yes.
I need to be seen.
The bunny muscles were going hard.
They were dying of neglect. They needed someone to notice them.
So with the 23, you're able to wrangle in the majority of the animals. The other one that seemed to be giving you trouble are your own, as Soul does not want to get put anywhere without you.
I wouldn't put Soul away. Soul's
I know,
with me.
but you're wrangling animals in, and Soul's like, I'm not doing it.
Oh, okay.
You see him hunting mice as they're running around.
Yeah, that's fine. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, is that bad?
The mice are actually foreign dignitaries, and you've just killed all of them.
It could be. All the animals in this world are, in fact, important.
Can I?
Oh no, I was joking.
No.
There's a lot of animal people in this world, so that's why you're fighting penguins, and there's moose folk and polar bear people.
I've
And,
never met an animal in my life.
yeah, it's cool. What's an animal?
Not me.
Tara's gonna go in there too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, she's already got him probably, so.
Yep. Mouse is gone.
Is there any mice around me that I can talk to? I don't like that look you're giving me.
Yeah. As you talk to one of the mice, he goes, "Please, sir, can I have just a small crumb? Just a small crumb, please."
Do I have a crumb?
Sure, you have a crumb.
Okay, I'll give him the crumb.
He eats the crumb.
Do I think he's sentient at all, or is he just a regular
He's
mouse?
just a regular mouse.
Okay, I'm gonna send him on his way and then Soul.
So
Added some breading first.
fattening up Soul Dinner. So heading back over to your character. You managed to pick up the stuff that you needed. Was there anything else you were looking to do?
After that, just go into the cleric's tent, see what I can assist with. If they need help, well, I've got laying of hands and other things that can be used for use.
Yeah, so as you go in, you see there are 5 or 6 people who look heavily wounded. They look like they're working on one of the guys right now. Do a medicine check for me.
This I can do. So I'll go up to the one who's a little worse for wear. First time being wounded there, soldier.
And he laughs and he goes, I'm a mercenary for hire, mate. I'm always head.
Good. Then I'll tell you this. Looks bad, but we could probably fix you.
You notice that his arm looks like it's been broken several times, so it hasn't like perfectly healed. So he has like a zigzag arm.
You know, it's interesting. I've seen Zweihander similar to your arm. So is that the look you're going for? Because I can fix that. But if you want that look, don't let me step on your toes.
Not much you can do out in the wild. I don't usually have myself a healer for access.
That's a good point. It looks like your own methods are not working.
Indeed.
Well, sit still. This may hurt. All right, so medicine check. Let's go just do basic roll. All right, we got a 14 total.
So with the 14 total, you believe that he's pretty close to death. If he's not healed in the next hour, he's probably going to be cooked. So.
Oh, well, I wouldn't want that. Didn't realize we're cooking our wounded. As a joke, everybody, you're fine. Trust me. Only pigs and dead penguins. All right, well, if that's the case, and it looks like you need a little bit more love here. So, this will feel weird. And I'm going to give him one of my better healings here. We're going to give him Cure. Let's go ahead. We're going to give him Cure Wounds.
Okay.
So he's going to heal 2d8 plus 4. So in total, he's going to heal 7.
As you see his bones sort of start to crack in place, he looks like he's no longer on the brink of death, but he's still pretty hurt. And then you sort of, using your medicine check, you sort of wrap his arms and ligaments that you've now broken back into place, hoping that they'll heal properly this time.
Sorry to break the thing you had going on there, literally, but I have to give a recommendation as a cleric. You're supposed to have at least 5 days of bed rest, but knowing you, give me 2 hours, and then you can get back out there, all right?
I'll be out there in an hour.
Well, if you manage to heal efficiently, I'll be the first to thank you for it. But if I see you get hit in the battlefield, I can't run over to you quickly, so you better be on your best behavior.
No promises.
That's what I like to hear. So, you'll make it this time. I'm about to clap on the shoulder and said, just go.
And as you do, you see him wince in pain.
All right, next.
Paper bones and glass skin.
So, as you guys are sort of setting up, we're going to showcase to the audience what is happening. So, the 3 of your patrons are currently in the dog sled. You see the Garfield the Red. He is leading the pack. Sylvia's sort of watching Charlie, and she's sort of surveying the surroundings as they finally reach the train station on the other side. It's going to have been several hours that you guys have been sort of like conducting these sort of things. Again, nothing's really happened. You just hear the war drums in the distance. As you guys arrive, Thorkey obviously goes, "Ho, ho, ho. My friends, welcome back. How was your adventure?" And you see Garfield goes, "Not great. I'm afraid there seems to be a large penguin army on the other side of the second island, formatting themselves ready for an attack on the eastern front." And Thorkey goes, "Oh, nothing my men can't handle. But just to be safe, we should contact headquarters and probably bring some people because I don't really want to die today." But
Wouldn't put that on my wish list.
nonetheless, he sort of goes, "Lyra, how is the train? Is it ready to go?" And she goes, "Yeah, just give me about 1 more minute and I'll be on our way." And she's sort of just like clacking away. And then she's like, "All right, if you're getting on the boat, it's time to go before the boat leaves." So the 3 of them sort of travel onto it, and they start, and she's like, "How quickly do we anticipate this attack?" They're like, "Any minute now?" She's like, "You better hold on then." As she drops 4 of the train cars holding all of the supplies, and it's just the front of the train, and she's like, "I hope you guys aren't have any motion sickness, because as it like takes off, you see blue flames ejecting from the sides of this train, blasting off like a rocket down the icy tracks, literally burning the roadway in front of them as it sort of tails down to the edge when they finally arrive at the base. From there, the party members sort of give their tales to the council. And as the council sort of discusses, they go, "Jaime, you're the leader of the Council of Trade. It is believed you're roll to discuss what we should do here. And he goes, send all of our troops to the Eastern Front. We shall meet this force with force. Full steam ahead. As 2 other trains are suddenly pushed into view, as it seems the train track literally extends out, and 3 trains full of people are pushed towards the Eastern Front.
Where do people come from?
Yes, so that it all happens as you guys sort of are waiting nearly an entire day, so I will say a long rest will occur.
Okay.
You guys take various shifts helping your various sections and preparing for the battle ahead. Most of the barrier protection has been put in place. Most of the wounded have now been at least healed from any immediate danger. Most of the animals have now essentially been readied and fixed as you guys sort of prepare for this conflict. And again, the war drums roar on the other side as if they're waiting for something.
You know, when I said send dudes, I did have this in mind. Send to the fight. That said, I'm going to go ahead and use my Blessing of the Forge. So I'm going to give myself a +1 bonus to either AC or attack damage rolls on an already unenchanted item. So because we have the time to do it, I'm going to give it to my adamantine half plate. So I give myself +1 to AC.
So as the second day sort of rolls in, you guys feel pretty fortified. You have 2 ballistas set up. You have a variety of various sort of structures ready. This area is probably the most fortified this gate has ever been.
Mm-hmm. They're welcome.
Yes. It is very, very well done. All the people are very, very ready. As Jaime himself is on the train, as the leader of the Fire Fist Mercenary Company, he decided that he should be here as the front end general of this attack. And he sort of stomps into the room. Wearing his, basically you see his flaming fist on the side, as well as a bunch of placard of different awards and medals that he has on his chest from his basically rise through the ranks.
Which one's the nicest?
Do a investigation roll.
Oh, no. That's a solid 11 minus 1.
So the nicest to you would be, I would assume, the shiniest one.
Correct.
So the shiniest one looks
simple woman.
That's fair. So as you look at the different awards, you do notice one looks like basically clasps of 2 different hands, and it looks like it's a joining of forces between and it literally says the Council of Trade.
Aw. That's cool. It's like an arm wrestle, but cooperative.
Indeed.
Just Lilliemore things.
So he goes, so you are the 3 who found this region and fortified it ready for this upcoming battle, I presume?
Yeah.
Just here to do what we're paid to do.
Indeed. So, why don't you be amongst my reconnaissance group to head off to find out just how many we are facing against?
Yes.
So,
Definitely.
That sounds fun.
he sends you guys off. He will be staying here, but he will be sending one of his lieutenants, which you actually already know is Debin.
Jebin.
Familiar with their work, big fan.
He says, Debin, I will be sending you off. And he goes, of course, sir. I will happily take that honor. And he sort of laughs to himself.
Now, I do need to know then, so we have a system of flares or something we can communicate quickly when we find out what's going on. Let's say if we get caught, something goes wrong, are we able to at least say, hey, lot of men, little dudes, not a problem. Not sure how you treat this up here.
He throws you a rock. You see an arcane sigil on it. That is what we call a sending stone.
I see. Or send.
Essentially, you can send quick messages, so you can tell us exactly what you see.
Do I just scream into it? Do I knock it twice? Like, how does this work? Do I have to, like, ask permission?
Devin takes it from your hand. He's like,
Probably best if you did. Appreciate that, Devin.
yeah. And he puts it in his pocket. He's like, all right, you guys ready?
Yes.
So, opening up. So since the lower gates are basically locked in place, they've now been frozen.
Good.
Basically, they poured a bunch of water on it, let it freeze overnight, and then they mixed that in with the arcane wood that you guys actually had, and it created like basically an indestructible barrier.
Yeah, see
Nearly
this.
indestructible. You guys actually had to go over the top of the wall. So I need each of you guys to do a acrobatics roll.
Can I just...
This isn't Legend of Zelda.
I thought you said I could, like, do, like, short glides down.
If you're going to glide, then sure. Do an animal handling roll.
It's going to be a much better... 22.
Okay.
I got a 12.
Okay.
15.
Yeah. The three of you guys. And you guys easily make it down to the bottom. But you do notice that Devin, not really being used to this winter climate, being essentially a half elf, he sort of slips a little bit. He's like, oh, and he nearly falls down like the 10-foot drop. And he's like, whew, that could have been a tough day.
That's all right. I'm here to catch you if you fall gracefully.
And he pulls out his arcane firearm. And he's like, all right, well, worst case, we'll send the flare up. So, it is a flare. It's not like an actual...
Your gun.
Yeah, not a cool gun.
Not a pew-pew.
Not a real pew-pew, unfortunately, because
In theory.
real pew-pews are scary to actually have inside of most D&D games. Because the math is hard.
Yeah.
All right, so how are you guys going to be maneuvering your way over there? Devin gives you the indication that he is light on his feet and easily able to maneuver without really a hitch. So he can go in the front if need be.
What is... So, like, the whole goal of this is not to, like, engage. It's just to...
Observe.
Observe. Okay. And I can't fly yet, correct?
What was that?
I can't fly yet.
No.
Do we have a river we need to cross? Are we fjording something?
So there is a waterway across that you guys would have to essentially bypass.
And how deep does it get?
No one's ever climbed in it, so...
I see.
If I have shape water, can I freeze the top of it? Is that how that works or no?
Is that a cantrip?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you could. It would just take a while.
Oh.
Would it be easier because it's already cold here?
It would be easier, but Devin goes, why don't we just take one of the boats?
That's pretty easy.
I said we hopefully had one, so let's get in the boat. It's old rowing action. We can do that pretty easily. So, hand me one of the oars. You get the other.
And as you guys row across, you guys beach just on the other side of the second island.
We beach.
Not long enough to do a sea shanty.
And you guys will be traveling onto Marco Polo Island. And you guys are on the Crazy Beaches Beach, as they called it.
Cool.
I do know how to beach.
So, yeah. And you guys are right in front of the summer forest.
Well, I know how these things usually go, so I'm going to play this smart. I'm going to use my chain to help moor this boat so no one, the weather, anything else is going to take it. So I'm going to fasten this the best I can, so we need to leave. I'll deal with that as it may.
Okay. Yeah. So how are you weathering this? Are you just doing
I'm just getting a chain here to tie to near the bow and over tying near a stump. Just keep
do
it
a
like set.
sleight of hand for me.
A sleight of hand.
Yes.
You, elf friend, do this for me.
He looks at you and goes, yeah, of course. And he sort of...
And I cast guidance on him to give him a D4 bonus.
Well, then that might be helpful.
Now remember, being a good leader means knowing people who do things better than you. So I tap on the shoulder. I trust you. And if you fail, this is on me and you. So don't worry. Shared blame.
He seems to do a pretty good job. Especially with your metal chain.
Oh, yeah.
He seems pretty good there. All right. As you guys get towards the edge of the forest, you see a dark, tall figure slowly moving through the forest towards you.
Do I know what this is?
Can I do a hide?
You can do a hide.
I would love to hide.
The only thing that you can really hide behind is currently the boat.
Yeah. Is he like in like on like up a hill or kind of dealio?
Yeah, so essentially, like, just imagine like how you see it on the other side. There's like an overhang, and
Yeah.
then there's the woods. It's literally like traveling through the woods quickly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll hide behind the boat
Okay,
best I can. Hopefully, I won't roll real bad.
do a perception roll, Ashley.
Perception.
Yes.
19 hide.
I go ahead and give you guidance to give you an extra D4.
Oh, that's plus 10. 21. Good thing.
Okay. As you look off in the distance and you see this sort of large figure roaming towards you, you imagine it's some sort of tree, and so
Treebeard.
you imagine it's probably Treebeard moving his way towards you.
I don't like how he said probably.
Everything look good up there?
I think it's a friend.
All right. Well, we'll have to get ourselves armed then. A friend that you've met before? Because if you want to lead the conversation, I can just stand back here.
How close is he?
He's roughly like 150 feet away.
Well, should we ask him? Should he speak friend to enter?
Yes.
Speak friend, and you may enter our presence.
He sort of goes, "Hey man, listen, I'm not leaving my forest, bro. I'm gonna be chilling right here. You guys can come into my forest, but I'm not going out there. I just came to say, hey, give you guys passage through the little forest. Seems we got ourselves some unwanted guests. Couldn't keep them all out, so yeah, I'm here to assist."
Do you know, have you been able to see how many unwanted guests you have right now?
I don't really know if I can see it all. I don't know what seeing is, but
Can you set, like, how many? Like, an amount?
like if I were to give it a mount, I would say it's a forest of and not just a tree. You know what I mean?
So, like, compared to the number of trees. More or less.
I don't really know, man. You know, I'm just trying my best. Just a little, and he's basically like, you see him like pull out, you know, his tree stumps, and he's eating little mushrooms, and he's just chilling. He's just like, yeah, just hanging out. You see like a bird get eaten by one of his little plants. He's just like, yeah. They haven't seemed to pass through my forest, probably because it's a little warm in here. That's why I keep it so warm. Last time a penguin tried to come in, they got real sweaty and passed out.
So you do know they're penguins, though?
I mean, I ate one. Looked like a little penguin.
Okay.
He points at like a dead body getting eaten by one of his trees. It's clearly the penguins that she slaughtered earlier.
Okay.
Suspicious. No one's come through here. Entire trebuchet of tiny penguin army has walked through literally this forest.
Oh, no, they're on the outer edge of his forest.
Oh, okay.
So you saw through the tree line, and you were able to see the entire thing. So it was just 4 penguins and a trebuchet.
Okay.
They managed to make it through. Oh, it was 5, technically, because there was...
Technically, but there was one coward
Okay.
on board.
So that, like... so that's this forest, right?
Correct.
So
That
they went
is the
like
summer forest.
around. Oh, sorry.
Very good.
What was that?
So they assumedly like went around the forest.
And the rest of them are
Then
on the
they're
other side.
aware. All right, my suspicion is lessened, and I will stop hiding.
Yeah, essentially, like, when you guys, like, maneuver into the forest, you would see track marks that look like they, like, drug themselves around onto the beach and up.
Okay. Okay. My suspicion is lessened slightly. I'll come out from hiding. So, is it cool if we do some investigating?
As I told your friend, my forest is your forest. As long as I don't invite... Who was that group that you didn't want me to invite again? I'm bad with names.
They're cool now. It's okay. Don't worry about them.
But you specifically said to, like...
Yeah, there's a whole thing that I'll explain to you later. We're kind of in a time crunch right now, but they're cool now. We're all the same group, like outside. We're all the same group name now, right? Though?
Yes.
So it's all lucky ladies.
No, so you guys are the council. So the Council of Trade is your guys' group name.
Council of Trade. Okay. So basically, our groups came together, and we are the Council of Trade now. So those are the cool people.
So you're not the same group. So my guys or whatever's man's that they can eat you snouse too, or like how do we want to?
No, like we're still the lucky lady.
Oh, okay. So you guys are all just lucky ladies now.
Yes, we just like had a rebranding.
What's up? So yes, eat you, no eat you.
No, eat me.
High or low?
Low.
I will down this tree.
He goes,
Darn it.
all right, man, yeah. I mean, I don't know what your guys' stuff is. As long as you don't mess with my trees, and don't mess with my bugbears, and my owl bears, you're good.
Cool. Keep eating the penguins.
Any other
though.
bears we can mess with?
Probably polar bears.
All right, sounds good.
I think they're on our side.
Oh. Fine.
But, they kind of travel in here once in a while. They get eaten. Happens. Anyways, yeah. So as you guys travel through the forest, do a perception roll, each of you.
Nat 20.
I believe I'm in a forest.
That is a fair answer.
I'm going to give myself guidance.
I see the trees.
I might not be in a forest. I
Oh,
really
it's not 20 anyways. So 24 with the guidance, in case it's needed.
So you got a natural 20?
give it the
Correct.
take it away.
Okay. What did you got a 24?
25.
Nat 20.
You both got natural 20s. Okay.
26. Technically.
With 2 natural 20s. Distracted by the penguins currently being consumed, wishing that it was you cutting their heads off,
You're so correct.
versus the plants currently consuming said heads.
They didn't work for that kill.
That is in fact correct. They did not work for it. Vines have wrapped around these penguins and they're starting to be held up,
No honor.
essentially in a spider web netting of vines.
I hate that.
You're welcome.
Dislike.
Welcome to Spooky Scary Skeleton season, boys and
It is
girls.
spooky time.
So, on the other side, with your natural 20s, you guys would see somewhere between 100 and 150 penguin trebuchet groups,
Oh, jeez.
all sitting prepped. But as you get closer, you feel like something's off. As you just hear war drums and you see the shadowy penguin figures just sort of sitting next to these fire pits behind them.
I don't know how to go about this. Do we think they're illusions? Is everybody on the same page as that?
Clara thinks they're illusions, or at least cardboard cutouts. I don't know if Lilliemore thinks that far ahead. Figalo in character's heart. I have so many theories.
It was just a fan theory.
Are they moving at
Fun
all?
theory.
Huh?
They're not moving at all. They're just
You see movement, but you don't see anything. You get the indication that there's something wrong here.
Vibes aren't there.
vibes are off. Bad vibes.
I can attempt a sneak again.
You see Devin also observing this, and he also got a natural 20 and goes, is it just...
Cool.
There's no way.
way.
Yeah, I looked at it, I was like, well, that's a natural 20. I was like,
Phenomenal.
does anyone else get the sense that this isn't right?
Yeah, something's off.
Yeah, he didn't work for those kills.
Indeed, those kills were not theirs. But that's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to the penguins up ahead.
Oh,
You see a bunch of penguins, but you don't really see anything. You just kind of see shadowy shaped penguins and war drums. And then you hear propaganda of penguin pop propaganda of your leader, the Emperor Penguin, has deemed you as worthy sacrifices. You all paid his need for power by sacrificing yourself willingly to his greatness. And you see above them, you see a small silhouette of a penguin that you imagine to basically be their leader. And they're going, Emperor Penguin, Emperor Penguin. As you see all of the shadowy figures, Emperor. And then you hear the war drums again. And then do-do, 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 do-do in the distance.
Like they're planning to do a change? Like something's changed?
Suddenly, yes.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, I can still try to get over there. I'll sneaky like, but we might want to run.
I mean, if we're thinking something that's not, the easiest solution is throw a rock. If they react, they're real. If they don't, and it goes right through them, we see through the illusion. We have a boat behind us, so it's not like they're going to chase us down as quickly.
So
Well, but I'm
essentially,
gonna bet some of them are real. just
Great.
not
If it's
all.
less, we'll bonk them on the head.
so you're imagining it's somewhere between over a half mile, but under a full mile because eyes can't see that far. Because you guys got a natural 20, it's like on the farther scale of how far away they are, and that's the silhouettes of the penguins. So they're way out there. So you'd have to basically maneuver into the open tundra to investigate further.
I mean,
Well,
I could send Soul in and have her fly high and use beast sense or something to try and feel it out first before we walk in there.
yeah, feel it's safe enough for her. If not, of course, I don't mind walking in. I've walked into seedier places.
I'm gonna try that, but I'm gonna be like high enough up where it's not.
So how high up do you want her to be? Because again, Soul's eyes can only see about a mile down. I don't know exactly.
How far can those trebuchets shoot? Do I know that?
Well, at least if you're looking to get shot in the air arrows, you're looking about 120 to 200 feet is the range. You're above that, nothing's going to hit you.
So just above that range.
Okay. Can you see through her eyes, or how does that work?
Yeah, beast sense, touch a willing beast. You can see through the beast's eyes and hear what it hears, and continue to do so until you use your action to return to normal senses.
Okay.
Is this when I need to like hold you again?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as
I'm ready.
Oh, what is that? Eno, was that her name? I'm thinking Naruto.
Yes.
Like when she did
Enu.
the little,
Yeah.
yeah,
when she does her like
little shadow
yeah,
thing.
well, no, when she goes into the
Oh, no,
people's
no.
minds or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Don't
get
know
to
how
suck
hard
her.
I just
And
had to
then-
fight doing like the correct hand signals. I'm such a Naruto fan.
I know it's like it's like something with the
Like now when she's dead, she's like this or something.
no.
She's like, it's like something with a triangle.
Yeah, I thought it was yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
Listen.
know either. I could never do those. I don't have enough.
Listen, we could be weebs. It's okay.
No, the cringe is too much. Sure.
I do gain like if she can see a mile, then I can see a mile. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fun.
I'll support you.
So flying into your bestial body, you fly over the top, and as you are looking at the penguins, you notice that from the top, you can see giant blocks of ice are carved in the ground, and it looks like you can't see penguins from the top. You just see blocks of ice.
Oh shit.
As everything seems to be a giant illusion. Imagine it like a TV screen. And as that happens, that is where we're going to end tonight's episode, guys. We'll see you guys next week on another episode of Dice Age.